This really is a massive graveyard, rows upon rows of tombstones with the occasional large tomb breaking the monotony. A hell of a lot of people have died in Volksville. Made from stone and wood, this old crypt looks like it would stand another 1,000 years. This area of the wood is obviously well travelled. There is a path which leads to the north, west and east, as well as a clearing to the south. And there's a rock here. A bloody big rock. This is a large rock. Some people would call it a boulder. Other people would call it a bloody massive rock. The people who created this path would have called it a pain in the arse. You stop, rest, and waste some time for a while, you lazy sod. Evening is falling in the valley. As the day winds down, you decide to check out the performance in the town market that Kessel mentioned.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages.
A street magician is performing his act in the market. The townspeople all look happy with his little show. You've seen worse, but you've also seen better.
Prepare to be amazed by the wonders of Alfonso the Great and Powerful. Watch him produce fire and flame from thin air, over and over again.
Hey there, little man. Watch where you're going.
Orbs of
Well, that's not very nice at all. You should really have more confidence in yourself.
Huh?
You said little man, and I assumed you were talking to your, twig and plums.
What? No,
Oh, well then, do your bullocks getting away again?
Oh, I see. So maybe you're just looking for me to pound you.
Absolutely not. I just think you should see a doctor about your swollen boys. They're obviously making you cranky, Mr.
I'll kill you!
Okay, Mr. I'll kill you, but I really don't know how you can fight with your bits all sore like that.
You are dead meat, pal. Damn it.
You guess Gorth wasn't as tough as people said he was. You manage to overpower Gorth, and he falls to the ground. You wonder if you should put him out of his misery, or let him live to pick another fight another day.
What's going on here?
Well, this big guy came out of nowhere.
Gorth bumped into him and attacked him. We all saw it.
Is this true?
Yes.
I'd believe it. Gorth is always starting trouble. This was clearly self-defense, Mr. Rome.
I know it was. I was there, defending myself.
I don't like trouble in my town, though, Mr. Rome. If trouble seems to find you here once again, I shall be forced to do something about it. Do you understand?
Crystal clear, boss.
All right. Somebody take care of Gorth, and the rest of you stop gawking. Musicians, play some music. Mr. Rome, I'd appreciate if you'd stop by my office sometime tomorrow.
Will do, Chief.
You did a good thing. That Gorth was a real bastard.
Yeah, he was always bothering my wife.
One time, he punched me for drinking my ale too fast.
One time he punched me for drinking my ale too slow.
One time he punched me.
He used to walk into my home, fart, and leave.
You're a hero, Mr. Rome.
Oh boy.
After your battle with Gorth, you return to the inn to get a good sleep. You awaken much refreshed. You're starving. You should go downstairs and get some breakfast from Ina. Well, it's the man who took down Gorth the Menace. Good morning, sir.
Well, I was just defending myself.
Hell of a defense, sir. It impressed most of the town.
They haven't seen me dance yet.
Well, the farmers that hang out over in the pub wanted me to tell you that your ale is on them today.
Sounds like a tasty proposition. Just might have to make my way over there to take them up on that.
You should. It'll be fun. Old Martin Japsworth's back in town too. He's what we like to call a hoot.
A hoot, huh?
Yeah, if we get him drunk, he'll start telling all manner of wild stories.
That does sound like a hoot.
Yes, sir. He's usually in there at night. Lord knows where he is during the day. Probably sleeping off last night's mistakes. Oh, somebody dropped this note off for you. Squirrely looking lad. You grab the note, open it and glance.
Thanks, Kissel. I appreciate it.
No problem, sir. You sit down at the table.
Here's your meal, Mr. Rome, sir.
Looks lovely. Thank you, dear.
You wolf down all the food and give a proper belch. There's a dude dressed in a safari outfit sitting by the fire.
Well, hello, young fellow. How are you?
I'm above ground. It's a start.
Indeed. Can I help you? Well, where are my manners? Ned O'King, adventurer, explorer, and cataloger of rare animals, and in some cases, monsters. Well, I travel from land to land looking for new species of animals. I catalog them all, and then I publish my findings. I have several books in print. They are fascinating, eh? I love your regular old bear or raccoon, but when you find that rare species, that's what makes the job. Well, there's an interesting subject. You do see them around here. I try to avoid them and study from afar. Mostly I try to talk to others who've seen and dealt with them. I use their information to write about how to deal with them. This area has such an interesting array of monsters, even undead. And the regions within each area are almost unique in their variety. There's the Volksville Woods, which currently surround us. To the west lie the grasslands, and just north and east of here are the 99-acre woods. Or the North Woods, as some call it. Up north and a little west of here is the Krasnen Swamp. Head south towards the ocean to see the amazing South Woods. Each area holds variety to keep me fascinated for years of study. Feel free to ask me about anything you might want to, and I'll tell you what I know. From what you describe, this sounds like a Hundelvorn. The thing about them is, they aren't natural. A Hundelvorn is generally some kind of purposeful mutation of a creature, or man. In those cases, some kind of magic or alchemy is involved. I'll tell you though, you should worry less about the beast, and more about who made the beast. The main creatures you'll encounter around here are the Rukiti. They're a red-skinned creature, generally armed with a flail, who are mean and will probably attack you on sight. I've heard they're not too difficult to defeat in combat, although I've never tried myself. You'll probably encounter some brutes as well if you wander around enough. That's what they call the local brigands around here. Rough lot. A good offense is probably just slashing at these types instead of just trying to stab them. The grasslands are an amazing place. So vast and full of grass. I made a rhyme. Besides the Rukiti, who seem to be most everywhere around these parts, you'll probably see some jaguars during the day and wolves at night. Both are just normal animals, nothing too special about them, except they seem to be more susceptible to slashing as opposed to other attacks. I surmise that to these creatures, the weapon looks like a giant steel claw, which sends them into a panic. But that's just a theory. You might find that wolf fur will go for a fair bly in the right place, too. What a fascinating place the 99-acre woods are. They originally started off as 100 acres, but rumor has it that it was measured wrong by the lord or king of the time. It was once an area set aside for hunting bears, but since it's been left to go wild, some giant spiders have moved in. Both of these animals are weak against your slashing attack. I've never ventured north into the swamps, although I hear it's a fascinating place. Check with the apothecarian in town here. He goes there or sends his young apprentice there to collect herbs and plants. I can tell you that there are swamp Rukiti there, cousin to the red-skinned ones around these parts. They're more vicious than their cousins, but they tend to not like a stabbing attack. Throws them off their game. Now what I am intrigued by in there is the giant snakes. I've never seen one before, but I hear they're a sight. Being a wild beast, I'd have to assume they wouldn't like a slashing motion of the sword, but don't quote me on that. The leaves and colors of the South Woods are amazing. Truly a great part of the world, but that doesn't mean there's not some fierce creatures about as well. The whole area is crawling with dwarves, and they're nothing like you see in books or hear about. Nasty little buggers. They'll cut you up and sell your body parts for a bly if they can. I really couldn't tell you the best way to deal with them except to stay away if you see them. Oh, the undead. Most people think these are just made-up fairy tales to scare young children, but they're certainly more than that. The old graveyard to the north has its fair share of wights, skeletons, and specters. The information I have on them is sketchy, but from what I understand, and there's a certain logic to this, they don't like being bashed, so your best bet is to hack away at them until they drop. Then, run like hell. It makes sense to me not to bother stabbing them. After all, there's no internal organs in the undead, so just what would you be stabbing, eh? Well, it was nice talking with you. Come back if you need any kind of help.
You should go see Rayford this morning. He did ask you to come, and he does get ornery.
Nice moves with Gorth. Don't worry, next time I got your back. You'd be surprised the damage one pissed off guy in a wheelchair can do.
Oh, hello! Are you feeling okay today? That was some fight yesterday. To be honest, it was about time someone stood up to Gorth. I was tired of having to throw him in the cells for a night. He used to give me wedgies through the bars.
Why, hello, Mr. Rome. Thanks for coming to see me.
No problem, Mr. Rayford.
Just Rayford is fine. I don't need the honorific of Mr.
Well then, Rayford, what can I do for you?
Well, I was just curious as to what you plan to do here. Look, I realize you're trying to be humorous, but I'm serious. What are your plans? Listen, you little scumbag. I don't like you. You're trouble, and I can smell that like stink on shit.
You must have wonderful olfactory senses.
I'm tired of you. And if you don't watch your step, you won't last until the bridge is repaired. Do you hear me?
I also smell you.
Get the hell out of my office. One more bit of trouble from you, and I'll turn you inside out and make you wear your ass as a hat.
Okay, I've got it. Just staying at the inn until I can leave.
Good. Mind your manners. Now go.
Hello there.
What, mate? What can I do for you? The name's O'Burr. This is Costigan. Well met then. A tip, mate. Avoid the little forest alley off to the northeast of town, or at least tell them who you are. Have you read the news today, mate? Well, print is dead anyway. Yeah, I'm selling maps to Lunaria. These'll help you get around quicker for sure. Only 100 blighs. It'll also get you into the sewers alright, if you know what I mean. Nice work on that one, mate. Good riddance, eh? Well, the tavern is about as lively as we get around here. There's a farmer's market off in the corner of town. All kind of people hang out there. There's the regulars, but occasionally travellers show up to showcase their little oddities and all that. Well, this is it. A sweet little town to call home. Nice to meet you, friend. Good luck in your travels.
Look at this place. Fancy, fancy. That roof must have cost the pharmacist a pretty penny for sure. He must sell a lot of potions.
Hello again. Welcome to my shop. I hope you like it, and I hope I can be of assistance. We have many potions and elixirs. Also, you should know I'm buying components for my potions. Hello there. Welcome to the apothecary. I'm doing well, thanks. I've got some new reagents for some new potions today, so as you can see, I'm very excited. It's my shop. My father was a farmer, but I decided to learn the art of mixing potions, poultices, and other healing and health arts. It's definitely my life's work. I grow a lot of my own reagents, but I'm always on the lookout for some of the harder-to-find items. I will always be able to buy tufts of wolf's fur and the venom sac from giant snakes if you can get them. great little town, huh? I've lived here all my life. Yeah, quite gruesome, yeah? It's funny. Right after an execution, people come in to buy potions like crazy. Which is quite amusing, because I cannot make a potion that reattaches a head. He's tough, but fair, I suppose. He scares me enough to keep me on the straight and narrow. I have a whole array of health-bolstering potions, poultices, and pills. Unfortunately, I'm all out of everything right now. Everyone bought out my inventory today. I'll be spending the whole night making more. What fun!
Sounds like it.
Oh, it is. I should be getting a whole bunch of new ingredients from the swamp this evening. Oh yes, the swamp is full of different plants and organisms that I can use in my potions. There's a little boy from town, Hobbs, who likes to play up there and he collects things for me. Oh yes, Hobbs. Nice boy. I pay him several blighs for the items he brings. Actually, I hope one day he wants to become a pharmacist too. It gets dark in the swamp too, so I gave him some glowing fungus to help him attract fireflies so he can see in there. Unfortunately, I have none left. But it grows up in the Northwoods, usually on old or dead trees. You can see it easily at night.
Hey, Udo.
Wow, Mr. Rome, you sure made quick work of Gorth. That man was always harassing the townsfolk. Good riddance to bad rubbish, I say. Well, I hear that Rayford has thrown some interesting people in jail lately. Also, there are rumors of the Moroi cult taking over the old citadel on the hill behind the swamp. It's always something here in the Valley of Krashna, isn't it? Well, I just know they look like nice, decent visitors to town when I saw them come through, but Rayford says they were dangerous criminals in disguise. Goodbye, Mr. Rome.
Yeah? How can I help you? It's a fabulous garment, eh? It actually provides me mobility and comfort and air for me boys. Sure, I've thrown one or two in my life, it wasn't, eh? I'd spit on the ground, but I wouldn't want to waste water. He's a dirty villain posing as a sheriff, and I've known me some villains. Recently, I had a bunch of decent people just rounded up and thrown into his dungeon. I think I'm lucky I ain't down there. I got a decent look at the people these goons carted away. 2 of them were paladins, I swear. Who arrests paladins? Another was a barbarian sort from the south. Another was some kind of salesman, and one just seemed like a clown. Harmless. Ah, so you're off the beaten path, eh? If you haven't been to the chapel yet, give it a visit. Aye, it's not a bad little town, eh? I'll be known to have a pint with Kurt or argue politics with O'Burr. For a shifty-looking fella, he's actually very well educated. Spent all his youth hanging around in the Library of Tyr. Best place to go if you're looking for something to know. Call me Shaw. Shaw's my name. My name is Shaw. Always has been, always will. Hey, you take care now, sir. It's a dangerous world out there.
You see a lovely young woman who appears to be tending to some bees.
Hello there.
Hello, sir. How are you? I am Lytus, sir. I tend bees out here. People are afraid of getting stung, so I keep them outside of town. They're interesting creatures. The way they work as a colony fascinates me. I'm lucky enough to work with them, but even I still need smoke to manage them. Smoke helps keep the bees docile, but did you also know smoke will make wasps and hornets run off like crazy?
I did not.
Yeah, they don't like it. You have to find something to burn that will make a lot of smoke, though. Dry stuff doesn't work as well as something slightly damp. I would try to mix something damp and wet, like moss, with something dry that easily burns. Honey is amazing. Not only is it sweet and nutritious, it's also a good salve and has healing properties. I sell my honey to both Gwen and Jared. Gwen uses it in their rations for energy. Jared uses it in his healing potions. Thanks for stopping by to chat. Not too many folks do.
You see rows and rows of corn. The well-worn path travels from east to west towards Volksville. The path branches off and heads south at this point. He's picking apples like it's his job. Oh, wait, it is. You see a couple of bushels of delicious-looking apples. You slyly reach for an apple, but the worker sees you and his brow furrows.
Hey, no stealing apples.
Hey, you, Apple Man.
He ignores you, the cheeky bugger. The path winds up the mountain, heading back towards where you escaped from the Baron many, many miles ago. The guard is busy patrolling and doesn't have time to spend talking to you. Besides, you don't want to talk to the law. An old crumbling guard tower stands at the end of the path down the mountain. You imagine at one time a garrison used to stop everyone who entered the valley, but it's been abandoned for a long time. It's a good sign. This valley is quite peaceful. You try to open the door, but you realise it's been rusted shut for years. You peer in the crack and can see nothing but a bunch of rubble anyway. Look, an outdoor privy. What a wonderful place to do some business. Well, you've just broken the lock on this mighty outdoor latrine. Let's see what's inside. You peer inside. No, no, dear God, no! You should never, ever, ever, ever open it again. It was locked for a reason, and you believe that reason to be some extremely rotten curry. An old wagon has been abandoned here. Considering how close to town it is, you're surprised someone hasn't taken it and fixed it up. Some helpful soul has put a sign here. To the west is Volksville, and to the east is not Volksville.
Actually, that's not helpful at all.
Jeez, I'm sick of looking at all you losers. Too many men, not enough lady folk.
Yeah, we'll go up to Tyr and get Ochre then.
You paying?
Hell no. You think I got the place for that kind of entertainment? If I did, I wouldn't be here with you.
This hunter has an awesome bow. Looks like he can use it too by the look of the dead deer over there.
Shut your mouth and get the hell out of here. We don't need you scaring away the animals.
You could feel something was amiss when you got here. You prepare for combat. That was a display of mastery and skill. Searching the corpse reveals some supplies, which you pocket.